things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Mississippi State's offense will have the football first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, Dave, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Grabbed in the middle, it's Morton. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. On the option. Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just...
Turning it on! Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. The Bulldogs are flying down the field. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out in the air. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
After that terrific run. And the Bulldogs headed quickly to the line. Sends it back in motion. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Touchdown, Bulldogs! First score of the game goes up.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question is the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their...
There he goes! They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. On target to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. That's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Rush is on him. He's got an open man. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. To the air on first down. Fires complete on the crosser. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it on the run. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without sneaks it in.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And he tacks on the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish the deal with the quarterback sneak. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football.
Snags it on the right. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to to the 48-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. And just a short.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
To the air on 2nd down. Gets it to the back. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that one will find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Quarterback may change this route. From the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Boone. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
But how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
He wants to take the top off. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's not afraid to go deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. And all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Finds his big tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And his throw is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Going deep. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. He might want another play. They'll try to get outside. Got a little space. Breaks into the open.
Hey, how about it? How about the old toss play, right? QB catches the ball, tosses it to the running back. Listen, it's got to be thrown out in front of him so he can continue to run. And then that offensive line has to do a really good job of getting the edge so he can get north and south. Used to see that play a ton back in the day. You just don't see much of it anymore.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it in their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
He'll set up to throw. Somehow got the screen into that traffic. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and
converts on 4th down, still going. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Makes the grab. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. They'll immediately call timeout. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He wants it all. Throw to the end zone, picked off.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
They'll try the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together, and a fun first half between these rivals. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast.
Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's hard. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes that Alabama offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational runs. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Using the quick game. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minute.
He wants to throw it again. Got his man quickly. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Alabama! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he's going to bring it out. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They're working that left side. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. Right down the middle. Got a man. It's Tompkins. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Mississippi State rings the cowbell in the red zone. Now on the option. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
How about they change up the option look, run the option, but the receiver is the pitch man. And when he gets it, he does what he does best. Turn the afterburners on and takes it to the house.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big 12. TCU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Davey O'Brien among the legends to wear that uniform. They're trailing by just 2 to West Virginia. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Bulldog. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. A quick pass to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Here comes the offense on second down. The give to the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability to stop the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. He'll toss it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds onto that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
This quarterback part of their running game. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. Third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Hauls it in. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know you took a loss on first football, and this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
Gets it out fast. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Grabbed behind the line. It's Boone. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. So this defense has to protect the lead, but they can also end the deal by putting the quarterback down. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Going to swing it on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. Going to look downfield again. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it on the move. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down one late. Do you want to just kick an extra point and tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for two? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, try to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Decisions, decisions, decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. You just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air on first down. Throws for the tight end. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there. Man, does that hurt this defense at this point in the game to get called for the PI? Absolutely brutal. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Looking to throw on first down. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Fights off the defender. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Unloads to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight? Maybe.
Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Hoping to help their kicker out with a few yards on third down, because from here, it would be a 58-yarder. Looking deep. Touchdown, Mississippi State! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. Coming up with that touchdown with just seconds left in this game now gives them an opportunity to hit the extra point, make it a touchdown game, and there might be 2 more plays left. The kickoff, maybe 1 more snap with the opponent. What a massive play in a big moment.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. He'll try to do it himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. They get the win there now, bowl eligible. When you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff and a national championship. They have that kind of talent. They're not surprised they're 6-0. They're looking to do bigger things.
No, 6-0 is great, but that's not the goal. They want to be 12-0. They want to be 14, and they want to continue this streak as long as they possibly can. Extremely talented. Nobody's surprised, and their goals are a lot